we have a democracy that just gave us a vote. But that vote, you can vote now more than 5 administrations since 94. They don't return a piece of land after you voted. You call this democracy? Majority rule. 78% of the South African population is outside the economic circulation. So who is in charge? Is it the 78% or it is the 22%? And then you have 87% of the land occupied by the 12%. 87. Then the 78% majority is residing on a 13% something of land. What kind of arrangement is that? You say this constitution is the best constitution in the land. Let me say it as a law student. It is unimplementable. Why I'm saying that? Why do you put Section 25, which says protection of the property of the minority, yet you're introducing us to majority rule? We sit in parliament, we are many, but our vote is meaningless because the constitution using the judicial system is neutralizing the powers of the majority so that the majority cannot reverse their gains that were dispossessed on the 19th of June, 1913, Herzog Bill Land Act. Don't tell me about CODESA talks. Let me unpack CODESA. Yes, I was young, but I know what happened there. Go and ask them, where is the declaration of our independence after the CODESA talk? Where are the minutes of those talks? Who presided in the CODESA talk? Because the landlord is here. His Majesty of the Abatembu, he was not part of the discussion. In fact, all kings in South Africa were not invited in CODESA. I'm saying about Mandela, the one we elevate so much. Him coming from their tribe, didn't invite them, acted as if he does not remember that they were kings here. But guess what? When he left office after 99, handing over to Ubaba Thabo Mbeki, he went and reclaimed back Imvezo, his land. He did that when he was even out of office. And he instructed Mandla Mandela to say, go and reclaim our land after 87 years since they left Umvezo. He managed to do that for his own. He couldn't do that with all political powers he had for all of us. Now, so we can reverse the CODESA talk and say they were null and void. Why the landlords were not present. So it was guys who combined themselves and they talk about the Congress of a Democratic South Africa. So we are yet going to have a CODESA. But leave that because they are politicizing that. Come here. I want all the lawyers. I want the Chief Justice of this country. He's saying is applying the Constitution? Is it constitutional to have a matter having served all courts and not being proclaimed? Even if it is gazetted. By the way, government gazette means it's a publication of government decision. So a decision was made, but it was suspended for strategic reasons. Do you know that judgment, it even spells out that the money that was accumulated from 1913 up to date must be recounted, returned back to Amakos. Then everyone who claims to have a title deed, go and renew your title deed to the landlord based on the outcomes of that government gazette. So you can't hoodwink me out of what I'm saying and say anything better. If you don't like the outcomes of that judgment, which is a judicial system of this country, let's agree to disagree then. To say an unjust law is no law at all. Because it is only good when it serves the colonial master. When it is now favoring the slave, we must then reset everything or undo everything. Unfortunately, when you undo, which means you return back everything from where it was. And unfortunately, before 1913, things were with the kings. Let's return that. If you say, no, it's illegal, I have just presented you a legal case to that. But watch out, if you have resistance to that, you are just telling us this judicial system must be undone and removed and do what we call restorative justice. And what is restorative justice? It is where you return the legal instrument of old, of the natives of the land. May I unpack a little bit of that? The law that must rule in South Africa, it is the native land's rule. Not by virtue of it saying Roman, Dutch, British. No. In law, we have what we call a law of jurisdiction. Now, what jurisdiction are we on? That is South Africa. Now, what law are you applying? Foreign law in a foreign land that is null and void, according to law. The law we are using, yes, it is right in Rome. In Britain, yes, it is right. But it has just been wrong here. Why? Here is the landlord. Where is his law that he was using? Surely it is not this one. Come 94. The only thing that came, one man, one vote. My question, did we lose a vote? No, we didn't lose a vote. We lost the land. What is it that you're bringing? One man, one vote. And then after, what happens? Nothing. Just cosmetic relationship.